Coming up at 2 a.m., Canadian Sexy Action News on the CBC. With Nick the Sarge Thuringer overseas. With Max the Max to the Max on sports. Colin, Starscream, Blood Money, Romano Esquire the First on business. And Johnny the Captain Altorio. And they are your Canadian Sexy Action News team.
Hi, this is Canadian Sexy Action News with Colin and John. Anyways, we're going to start this off by sending it to Max the Max to the Maxwell Moffat over at Sports.
Hi, I'm Max, and I'm from Sexy Action News Team. And we're here to talk about sports, the number one topic in your head, in your heart, and on your television. Today was the NFL Draft. Oof, it was a doozy. First pick overall in the NFL Draft of 2009 was Matt Stafford, the QB on Georgia. He got drafted to the Lions. The second pick was Jason Smith, the offensive tackle from Baylor, and he got drafted to the Rams. And the third top pick was Tyson Jackson, the defensive end from the LSU. He got drafted to the Chiefs. The top picks were all from U.S. universities, and I don't think that's fair. Canada often gets overlooked in the major drafts, which is a large problem for the aspiring athletes in Canada. Here at Canadian Sexy Action News Team, we found the NHL's continuing refusal to sell the Coyotes to Mr. Balsillie downright disgusting. They are bullying Canada out of its own game. This just in. There's a new bidder for the Phoenix Coyotes, John Breslow. His sole reason for bidding is to keep the Phoenix Coyotes in Arizona. The Phoenix Coyotes are from Phoenix?
Well, thanks, Max, for that amazing insight, especially that part about Phoenix. I agree, Colin. And now, folks, we'll work from our sponsors.
Oh, yes. That's the stuff. Oh, yes. After a long day at the office, I like to cool down with a nice cool drink of Pepsi. That's the stuff.
Wow, that was one sexy commercial. Now over to Nick the Sarge Thuringer with the military update.
I'm Nick the Sarge Thuringer, here with a military update. Oh, I'm Nick Thuringer, reporting to you live from Afghanistan, and I'm here with Al Shakuri. So tell me, Miss Shakuri, what is your opinion of the Canadian contribution towards the expulsion of the Taliban, primarily in your hometown of Kandahar?
I think the effort of the American Army has been very successful, but they are a little more aggressive than I'd like them to be.
Well, do you understand that as Canadians, we're a separate nation than the United States? You know that, right?
Oh, it was my understanding that Canada was a state, like California or New York, correct?
No, Canada. We are a different country. We are separate. We're not the same.
Oh, sorry if I offended you, but although I did not know of Canada's nationhood, I'm sure they made a big contribution. Your men are the American types with less aggressivity, right?
Well, I guess you could say that. Well, thank you very much for your time. Once again, I'm Nick Thuringer, reporting for the Canadian Sexy Action News Team, Kandahar, Afghanistan.
1,000, come on, push it.
So since the birth of Canada's nationhood, we've been very closely tied with the United States. They've influenced our lifestyle in many ways. The television, the automobile, all the big major automobile companies are American. But in some ways, the Americans have influenced us very poorly. For example, the Canadian image in terms of military is that of a peacekeeping nation, whereas the American military image is one of a world superpower. But our close links with them make us look as one and the same, and this affects us negatively. For example, after 9/11, the Americans declared war upon Afghanistan. Now, because of our involvement in NATO, we didn't necessarily have to send troops with them, but if we didn't, we would have to drop out of them. And also, because of our close links with them, we were kind of, morally responsible for backing them up, because they're like our brother nation. So, now we find ourselves in a mission that most Canadians don't actually believe in. And it gives us a potential to be terrorists in the future.
It's great hearing from the locals overseas. And now we have another commercial.
These boys don't keep themselves light. I use Trident Ethicare, strengthens tooth enamel, and reinforces the teeth.
I don't always wash myself. In fact, I rarely ever do. But when the occasion comes up, I use Irish Spring Moisture Blast.
And now we're back. Well, we're going to hear from John on all your entertainment news.
The top 10 movies in the movie theaters last weekend, May the 15th and 17th, Angels and Demons finished in first, Star Trek in second, and X-Men Origins in third. It's quite familiar how all three movies are American. And in ninth place, of course, Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana. The movie has been a hit in Canada since it opened the weekend of April the 10th. It has grossed $7.94 million, debuting as number one in that weekend, making $3.05 million in its first weekend. This seems outrageous that a movie about a teenage celebrity from America makes more money than many Canadian films. For example, Passion, a movie about a great Canadian battle during World War I, where we really defined our country as our own independent identity, only made $847,000. That was tripled by Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus's movie. That means that 3 times more Canadians were influenced by an teenage pop star than over our Canadian war heroes in World War I. American, 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 American. Oh, definitely American. Oh, you just caught me watching TV here. Media now plays a very crucial role in a country's identity and culture, and in the form of movies provides us with ideas and images about the world around us. Social scientists who study mass media have concluded that movies help form and transmit society's most important beliefs and attitudes and values. So therefore, the identity of a society is very much a product of the message conveyed by the media. If society is constantly subjected to American films that push American beliefs and ideals, we lose our Canadian identity and our culture is becoming very much indistinguishable from our neighbors to the south, even though we like to deny it. The U.S. has dominated Canadian media since the very beginning, and most dominantly in the movie industry. In 1951, the government sponsored an inquiry into the many aspects of culture and the mass media, and in this inquiry it was called the Massey Report. And in this report it warned of American invasion by film, radio, and other forms of mass media. According to the report, without our own homegrown culture supported by our own mass media, we as Canadians will lose our strong sense of what it means to be Canadian. When people think of movies, they right away think of Hollywood and famous American actors such as Tom Cruise, Denzel Washington, and so on. The U.S. has completely dominated the movie industry worldwide, and this has not allowed the Canadian movie industry to grow and to produce many big films and talent. To explain it simply, movies shown in Canadian movie theaters are not Canadian-based or Canadian-made films, but rather popular American movies. A staggering fact that you may not know about movies played in Canada is less than 5% of movies seen by Canadians are actually made by Canadians. Even talented Canadian-born actors such as Mike Myers and Jim Carrey all left Canada to Hollywood to pursue their movie careers, which have been very successful. This graph
of Canada's cultural models